Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. Yay! It's Tuesday, y'all. You know what that means? We're here live, and you're here too, which makes everything that much better. Hello, Jocelyn. Nice to have you here. And everybody else is showing up. It's Tuesday. What do you think of that? All right. I've got a really good show for you today, I think, anyway, and inspired by my own tiredness. So today we're going to talk about how to flip the switch on being tired and wake up instead being excited about your life. What? Doesn't that sound like fun? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Meanwhile, have you seen all the goodies that we've got going on? Have you been paying attention to all of it? Alice, hello. Jeanette, hello. Good to have you here. The reason I'm talking to you about this today is because I just had like this startling realization of, you know what? I am going to be so ready for 2025. It's not even going to be funny. It's like 2025 is going to see me coming out of the gate and they're going to get scared. That's how it's going to be. You know what I'm talking about. But it's just, I'm ready to wrap up 2024. I'm working on right now wrapping up 2024 with stuff at home, with stuff, just some personal goals that I'm trying to, check the boxes on, and business-wise too. And also, you know how we are such pivoters. I've been doing a lot more content with things like journals and goal planners and more, workshops and courses and things like that. And you know why? I think it's important. I think it's more important now than it's ever been. And I'm a woman on that quest, and I believe you are too, because you're all coming with me. I'm not leaving you behind. You're all coming with me. And we can do this thing together. I'm not shy about saying how old I am. I'm 66. And 66 means something way different than it did 10 years ago. What 56 meant anyway. I wasn't looking at this now. I wasn't looking at what are my next 10 years going to be looking like. I wasn't. That's perfectly honest. I am now. Boy, am I. And, I've got a husband turning 70 next month or next year. And, we want these to be the most vibrant years yet. So we're pushing ourselves to do more than we have done before. And boy, did I pay for it though. I mean, I've had these sore back muscles from all this working out and stuff. But you know what? It's part of the program, man. It has to happen or the stats aren't good. I want them stacked in my favor. Amen. Are you pinkies up on that one? Right? There she is. Yay, Yolanda. I'm so glad you're here. I kept hoping that I'd see you here, and here she is. Yolanda we had a thing last night. It was really cool. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about our group. All this to say, and sorry, I'm just flapping my gums here. But all of this to say, I cannot tell you how important it is to tee up the year that you want to have. I cannot tell you how important this is. This is why we have created the Ultimate 2025 Blueprint. This includes 3 things that I think are non-negotiables. You should be doing all of these. One is having our Take Back Your Life journal. It's all new. I scrapped the whole thing and started over on it. And the reason why I did it, I wanted it to be more, less check the box and more in your face with your goals and more about what you're doing daily. It's the dailiness of things that creates habits, that creates the patterns, that creates the automation that we all want, right? Okay, there's that. There's that one thing. The other thing is our Rising Tide goal setting course. I am so proud of that course because it's different than everything else that you've seen. We view goals differently and we set them up so that they work with your particular activating system and the way that we think, not the way some man thinks, not the way, some analytical dude in a cubicle thinks, the way we think and the way that we process our lives and the way we see the world. You're going to love it. And we meet, it's intense, but it's only 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row, and we get the work done. It's the setup so that you have the next 90 days of what you're going to be doing. And guess what? The Take Back Your Life journal, also 90 days. And frosting on the cake, the vision board workshop that we're going to be doing on Saturday, January 4th. It's only 2 hours, but it's 2 hours so that you understand the whys and wherefores. You have the materials and you can build the vision board that reflects your goals, that reflects the life that you want to lead, that helps you to become the queen of your own life. And all of this, if we were going to do this whole thing together, it'd be $297, but it's $247. We've taken a whopping $50 off because I want you to do this. I want you to do it. I don't just create this stuff. I actually do this stuff with you. I'm going to be doing the work on the goal planning. I'm going to be doing the work on the vision board. And if you're there, you're going to see my vision board. It's in construction right now. And I tell you exactly why you do the things that you do and why it makes a difference. There's science behind absolutely every single drop of this. You're going to get a ton of emails from me this week too about it because I am not letting go. I am like a dog with a bone. This is important. This will change your life. This is meant for you. Okay? savingdinner.com/blueprint. That's where you're going to find all the stuff. So cool. All right. Now, each thing you can find individually as well. We'll put out the links in that. If you say, well, I already got this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Go get the other thing. But get all three. Have all three. All three is going to make the difference. All three creates the plan, creates the framework, creates the momentum. Yeah? We like that stuff. Okay, George Eliot. Anybody know who George Eliot is? George Eliot was an 1800s philosopher and also poet. George Eliot was a woman. And oftentimes what happened in those days, authors and what have you, because women were, kind of looked at as very much second-class citizens. An intelligent woman like this often put a name, a man's pen name, so that she would be taken seriously. But her work is quite good. This is what she said. It's never too late to be what you might have been. You know why I want to talk about this? Because we look wistfully back at our rosebud years, don't we? Our rosebud years when we were young and nubile and blah, blah, blah. Well, honey, we're in full bloom now. We're in full bloom. Let's celebrate that because it's not too late to be what you might have been. You can be that now. It's not too late. I want you to hear that. It is not too late. Hey, Linda, glad you're here. So let's talk about, though, here's where we think that it's too late, though, right? We're tired. We wake up, we've got brain fog. We walk into a room. Anybody done this? Oh, come on, you all have. You walk into a room and you're going, okay, I came into this room for something. Or you drop your phone somewhere, can't find your phone anywhere. I mean, I've asked Jenny, I've had to text her on Mark's phone because I couldn't find mine. It was in the house somewhere, just put it down. It ended up being on the mantle or top of the dryer, something. Just this kind of stuff. And have you noticed it's just increasing? And it doesn't mean that you're like senile or you have dementia. It just means kind of sometimes things slip. We've got a lot going on in our brains. And I just want to bring you into this place of how exhausting that can be sometimes, And sometimes we get to the point where we are we're dreading the day and feeling like, whoa, we're just going through the motions. And it's like walking through oatmeal. How's that? Hey, Carol, I'm glad you're here. Walking through oatmeal. Who wants to do that? We want to wake up feeling energized. We want to wake up and not just smell the coffee, but taste it and get out there, own the day. We want to be the queens of our own lives. So if we want that, then we need the energy in our life to get it, right? We need the clarity of mind to get it, right? We don't want to be disconnected from ourselves or from other women or our family relationships. We don't want the disconnect. We want the connection. Especially at this time of our lives, community is extra specially important. The creation of our communities has to be top of mind. It has to be something that we absolutely go after. Hey, Marianne, I'm glad you're here. But I'm going to tell you exactly, I'm going to give you some secret sauce on how to get this clarity going again, on how to own your days, and how to just say, okay, wait a second here. I don't have to walk through oatmeal. It doesn't have to be a slog. I can own this day. And when you do it first thing in the morning. Your mornings are your keys. It sets the tone for the entire day. Now, there's a big difference between a morning routine and a morning ritual. Fly Lady, she does her morning routines. It's fantastic. That's automatic pilot, like, the toilet scrubbing stuff and making sure that you've got a shiny sink and all that, straightening up and tidying up and doing all that stuff. That's a morning routine. A morning ritual brings you into the equation. That is not automatic pilot. That's your meditation. That's all of your things. It's how you think about things. It's your being aware of your thought processes. It's noticing stuff about yourself, right? And both are important. I mean, it's good. Nobody wants to live in squalor, right? Nobody wants that. And so we want to get that down, but we also want to get down the nuance of what our lives are about, our cores, our core beliefs, because this is the good news. Science confirms that we have the power to rewire our brains. At 66, at 70, at 50, at 45, I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you are on the continuum. If you're not happy with where you are, if you're sitting here and just going, trying to get through the day, white knuckling it, or not even knuckling it at all and just saying, screw it, I'm out of here. Just, I'm going to go disappear into a refrigerator full of food or I know how to check out, girl. I've done it. We know how to check out. We know how to check out and say, you know what? I'm not even going to face any of this. But that is no way to live a life that you have been given, a privilege to live. You're here on purpose and for purpose, fearfully and wonderfully made. That's never, ever, ever going to change. So let's talk about some actionable practices, some supplements, some techniques. This is the NLP stuff. It's neuro-linguistic programming. We've talked a little bit about it, but I haven't dug into it like I have this show. But this is going to help you to flip the switch on your mornings and make them vibrant and make them tick and make them carry you through the rest of the day. And then through your week, through your month, through your year. You're feeling me on this, I know. But it does make a difference. And these are the things that we need to be aware of. These are the things that we need to be able to do. And it all starts with one simple thing: noticing what's going on. Being aware of the slog, of the brain fog, of the disconnect. And the physical fatigue, I'm not going to say it's not real. Of course it is. I'm not going to say that the brain fog isn't real. Yes, ma'am, it's real. I mean, we know. And the soreness and I played pickleball today, and usually what I'll do, if something gets hot, tall girl magic here, it's a definite advantage. I'll jump, and I'll jump high and go for that ball and, put my paddle way up here and, grab that ball. Well, today I was having a hard time doing it. I overdid it on my weight training yesterday. And so I was just like sore and all. This is what happens. We have to face where we are, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of everything. You get me on that? So let's talk about why our brains probably need a little bit of a reboot. Because if we can reboot it, we can rediscover joy, purpose, our energy. We can put all of these things in place and start creating that life that we want to live as the queen of our lives, you know? Not just a spectator, not just getting through, because that's no way to live. So we get stuck. I mean, anybody here, if you've been stuck, would you say in the comments, I've been stuck? And the only reason that I'm asking you this is because I don't want to feel alone. I need some company here. You know, we all get stuck. And as we age, we get hormonal patterns changing all the time. You know, we lose a great deal of our estrogen. All our sex hormones just tank. We also lose the fact that, that has an impact on our brain. Did you know that estrogen helps you think better? It does. Catherine, hi. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, there we go. Marianne's saying she's been stuck. Same with Lisa. Good. It's good to know I'm not alone. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, ladies. You know, being stuck is it's dreadful. And we feel like, oh, it's all me. I'm, blah, blah, blah. It's not all you. There's chemistry going on. Paige is stuck. We're here for you, Paige. Let's fix stuck. Let's get rid of stuck. Let's do some things. So if you're a note taker, now's a good time. Otherwise, our notes will be coming out. Show notes will be coming out in tomorrow's newsletter. If you don't get it, go to savingdinner.com. It's that simple. Go get them. Anyway. So we have these perpetual thoughts. We have habitual thoughts. We have thoughts that have been with us as long as we've known them. We have beliefs that are the same way. Beliefs that maybe aren't serving us anymore. Beliefs that we might not even believe anymore. It's just habitual. Think about that. That's why I want you to start noticing them and just questioning absolutely everything. Because the Oregon trails in our brains don't mean that we have to keep going there. We can cut a new trail. We can make a new synapse and make a new neural pathway. And I want you to get excited about that because this is the key to all of it. You know, I don't care what it is, what your goal is. The goal is secondarily part of the equation to the first part, which is creating the neural pathway to get you there to that goal in the first place. Doesn't matter what it is. So understand that we have neuroplastic brains. That means that they're flexible. That means that they can create the new thing that they need to create. That means they can be rewired. And I've shared this before, but honestly, if you can look on YouTube and just put in neural pathways being rebuilt, they have a slide showing how this is happening. I don't know how they ever did that, but it's live and it's happening and it's just absolutely incredible. And it made me cry. I thought it was the most beautiful thing. But this is actually what's going on. And so according to research in neuroplasticity, the brain can adapt and create new pathways of thought when you challenge the old ones. That's why we need to be noticing exactly what's going on. We also need to be giving it positive directives into what it is that we want to do. We cannot dwell on the negative stuff. We cannot dwell on what we've always done because what we've always done hasn't gotten us to where we want to go. So we have to switch that up. So NLP has mindset shifts, intentional morning practices that can help trigger your brain, and also understanding that the reticular activating system, it's kind of your personal sonar, is the thing that is going to help filter what it is that your brain is perceiving and picking up and help to focus you on the things that matter the most. Because if you think about it, what we have a tendency to do is to focus on things that don't matter the most, that make us feel the worst, that are really wholeheartedly negative. It's just what we do. And that's our amygdala, always looking and saying, oh no, the sky is falling. It's henny penny. That would be a good name for your amygdala, by the way, if you haven't named your amygdala. But when you combine these techniques, plus there's some physical support that you need to do, remember, your body is always responding. There are chemical reactions happening all the time. Food does that, sleep does that, exercise or lack thereof does that. It's just amazing. And we can manipulate our bodies a little bit and help support them so that we can get the things that we want. Supplements help with that a great deal. And I always have my big old water bottle here filled. I have Crave water in there and over 40 water. And I mean, take a look at all the things that that's doing for my body and how it's helping me out. Plus I take my supplements and all the rest of it. You might think I'm a little loony with all the stuff that I do. I just can't even imagine what my life would be like if I didn't. I just can't imagine how I'd feel. So the first thing we want to do is we want to boost our brain by creating a morning ritual. You've heard me talk about this before, but we're going to really break it down today because the morning isn't just the start of your day. It is the foundation of your life, right? Because it's not just the day, it's the week, it's the month, it's the years, etc. So it's foundational and it's a setup. It's a complete 100% setup. You know, every once in a while you want to stay in your pajamas. It's Sunday morning. You want to have French toast and just watch movies, you know, because it's raining outside. Cool. But we don't do that every day. We have to set our days up. So it's crafting the morning and refining it in a constant way, doing your routine at the same time as you are then creating the space to do the ritual. You hear me on that? Super important. The routine is going to set the visual piece that you need, getting things done and just tidied up and what have you. And then your ritual is going to be working on you. It's going to be going to the heart of the matter. It's going to be going right into your soul. It's going to boost your energy and it's going to set your brain up for success. I don't know about you, but that just gives me chills. It's fabulous. It's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be this big stinking deal. It's just a small thing. So what is one of the first things you want to do? You want to hydrate the minute you wake up. Now I say 5 to 8 ounces. And what I do is I just do 5 big slugs of water. And I do it when I take my SAME in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I give it to Mark as well. And I do that with him. And he's part of my morning routine, not ritual, but my morning, kind of part of my ritual too, because I wake him up and give him a kiss and tell him good morning. But I give him his SAME as well. And it's just, you know, when you understand that your brain is almost 80% water, and we've been breathing all night, some of us with our mouths open wide and just very dry mouth and all of that. And sometimes you dehydrate so bad you almost start to wake up with a headache. That's the dehydration the night before. You got to hydrate. You got to hydrate. This dehydration of your brain causes that brain fog and the fatigue. So hydrate immediately upon waking, before the coffee, before the tea, before anything. That's one thing you need to do. I also like to add just a little bit of hot milk mix in there. That hot milk mix makes a difference because it has electrolytes in it, right? And what does those electrolytes do? But keeps you in a place of constantly having your body hydrated. And hydration means energy. You also want to feed your brain. Listen, when it's time to break your fast, your brain needs food. Specifically, your brain uses sugar, but you can get sugar from anything. And can I just make a plea for you not to open your day with a bunch of carbohydrates? I know the oatmeal is healthy, blah, blah, blah. But no, girl, we're going to lead with protein always. We need our protein, and protein satiates. Protein's going to help a lot. So you can do a smoothie. You can do some gelled chia seed. Don't forget your fiber mender. You know, make a Target Trifecta smoothie and see how you feel. It's amazing how it's going to make you feel. And you can take your supplements at the same time. You're checking all those boxes, girl. You're checking all the boxes and you're starting to feel better. That's one thing that I've noticed. And then don't forget about your fish oil, okay? This is going to improve your brain function and focus. Harvard Health did a whole huge thing on omega-3 fatty acids. And you want to have, you want to make sure that you're taking enough. So like I use, well, we used to do it, but we don't have it anymore. But I use the Now brand omega-3 fatty acid, and it has it has the DHA and EPA in there, good balance. And I take 3, not 1, which is the recommendation. I take 3 because at my age, I need that, And I want you to just remember something really important about when it comes to supplements and even taking an Epsom salt bath or whatever. Don't skimp. Go for it. Go for it. If you want the supplement to do the work, then let the supplement do the work. Give yourself what you need, right? Go up and over and above. But, of course, do your research on what is the best thing. Don't just look at the label, but do the research. That's what I did. Find the research. How much do I need as a postmenopausal woman? Found the information. That became my dosage. Okay? You can do the same thing. We want to have our mindset in motion too, because endorphins play into this. Do a 4-minute workout while your coffee is brewing. Go out, take the dog out for a 5-minute walk out and a 5-minute walk back. And by the way, that sun, that's going to reduce the cortisol levels, reduce your stress levels, turn on the melatonin, and you're going to feel it later when you want to go to bed, right? It's helping you with your circadian rhythm. And if you can, don't wear your sunglasses all the time. Let the sun hit your eye. That's where we absorb vitamin D, by the way. The other thing is that you can use affirmations to rewire your brain. I ams are so powerful. And I don't know if you've seen our quote decks. They're $10 right now. They're on clearance. So go check them out. You can get quote decks galore. I think they're at savingdinner.com/quote. But don't quote me on that. Haha. But Jenny knows. Watch, it's gonna show up in the chat here in a minute. I know her. But listen, those quote decks, affirmations. It's putting this into your head. It's replacing the usual garbage with something good, something healthy, something yummy and fabulous for you. Do it. By the way, good stocking stuffers, those quote decks. Really good stocking stuffers. So for your quotes too, what I like to do is read the quote out loud, write it in my journal, and even do it as a mirror affirmation and look at myself in the eye. I especially love any affirmation that is I am. It's powerful. Sometimes I go on a affirmation rant walk, and I just start saying, I am powerful, I am capable, I am able, I am this, I am that, I am the other thing, whatever it is that I need to be working on. And then I'm peppered in with gratitude. That's how it works. And when we do that, things change. We're, again, rewiring that brain. So the other brilliant tool that you can use, which is a free thing, is just a plain old notebook, that you get at the dollar store, and in your journal, start writing some prompts. What am I excited about for this day? What am I grateful for? Things that will turn your brain from this negativity over here into something promising and good over here. Think about It's a Wonderful Life. What was it that changed George Bailey? His perspective changed. His focus changed. He saw things to be grateful for instead of the stuff that, was eating him up. Then step 2 is using NLP techniques to reprogram your brain's patterns. So these are reset buttons, okay, for you. I love this stuff. This is juicy. Again, in the notes. So here's a couple of things that you can do. The first one is to identify negative thought patterns. Maybe you've said, I'm too old to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe replace that with something, I am capable of growth at any age. You see the negative, you replace it with something positive. It's that simple. The next thing is that you visualize your success. You close your eyes and you imagine yourself feeling excited, energetic, and fully alive in the fact that you have the capacity to do all of these things. And you can see it in your mind's eye. You can see the weight loss, for example. You can see you having your business, or you can see yourself enjoy a grandchild, or whatever it is. You can see those things in your mind's eye. Use that powerful imagination that you have. And then the other thing is to anchor that feeling. This is interesting, but this is an NLP practice. When you're doing this, press your thumb and your forefinger together really hard and visualize that stuff. Visualize it. I do it actually. So when I see a negative pattern, I'm starting to say something, or say something that's just like really negative and I want to change it, I'll say, actually, I am capable and able. I have to try this new opportunity. I'll do that. Just kind of pushes it all in. Same thing with the visualizing success, seeing that visualization in your head. And it's just a reminder. This is a very powerful thing. This is why writing things out are powerful. It stimulates a part of your brain. Did you know that? Aren't we so incredibly made? Isn't it just wonderful how, all things are connected? It's true. And then don't forget about supplements. You need to be protein oriented, girl. We all do. Every single one of us. If we are to protect our muscles and our bones, our brains, our functionality, we start with that. Then we work into a fish oil, and then we're getting magnesium, because magnesium glycinate, you can go 300, 400 milligrams at bedtime, or up to 750 milligrams. 85% of the population has a deficiency of magnesium. And the reason I like glycinate over, say, citrate or malate or any of this other is because it's gentle and it's not going to have a laxative effect, and you'll absorb it really well. Okay. Methylated B complex and extra B12. I think of it this way. So B12, you are the landlord of this big parking deck, and in each space, you need to have all of your cars in there every day in order to pay the rent. If the cars aren't all in there, you're not paying the rent. And if you're not paying the rent, you're falling behind. That's B vitamins every single solitary day. They need to be methylated. They need to be complex. And then you take some extra B12 on top of that in a sublingual way, because they're showing frozen shoulders and shoulder issues in older adults is because of a lack of B12. But the B's play well together and need to be together as well. Okay. Keep that in mind. People don't tell you that. They'll say, oh, just take B12. No, take all the B vitamins and add an extra B12 in there. You guys are getting all the good stuff from me today. And then there's adaptogens. There's things like ashwagandha or rhodiola. These are supplements that adapt to whatever it is that you need. If you're really battling some stress, it's really going to help you out. So ashwagandha, I've used a little bit of rhodiola, but I like ashwagandha, and it's in one of my supplements that I also take. And then step 4 is to flip your reticular activating system. Your reticular activating system can work for good or for evil. It's what you feed it. If you're constantly giving yourself information of all this negativity, all this other garbagey stuff and problems and blah, blah, and it's just too much, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing, you're going to find that, because that's what you're focused on. But if you move out of that into your gratitude, into those affirmations, and into the things that do delight you, that make your life better, and that are solution oriented, you'll find yourself a little more curious, a little more imaginative, a little more creative, and more emotionally intelligent. This is the stuff that dreams are made out of. And it's a simple switch from here over to there. Boop, flip the switch. So how do you do that? Start writing down 3 things that you're really grateful for. It could be something as simple as hot water and a bottle of water. I don't know. It could be whatever it is, but just start with those things, and it'll watch how it makes your day differently. You can start with an intention for the day. You can use a quote. You can use a quote deck. You could use whatever it is that you want, but intentionally put in front of yourself all of these good things to help you see things differently. And then finally, of course, visualize your future. Visualize yourself thriving, not just surviving, thriving. Things are going well. So to build that blueprint, what are you going to do? You're going to get a morning ritual. You're going to hydrate. You're going to nourish. You're going to move. You're going to affirm yourself. You're also going to use those NLP training exercises and affirmations daily to get your brain trained into the right direction and those new neural pathways built. You're also going to nourish yourself by prioritizing your protein, your hydration, and getting some key supplements in there. And may I just say, if you haven't used our Just Juice veggies, what are you waiting for? Because there's 7 to 9 servings of fruit and vegetables in them. And I'm telling you, they make a difference on your energy level because it feeds your mitochondria, the little engines that could inside each one of your cells. If they're fed and happy, then they're going to be energetic. And guess what's going to happen to the rest of your body? Yeah, you're going to be energized. And then don't forget about your mindset practice. If you just let your mindset slip into oblivion and to the negativity and live there, then you will. And it'll seem hopeless. It'll seem sad and it'll be depressing. It'll be awful. But you can reframe those negative thoughts at any time. You can say, okay, this is terrible. I'm not liking this, but I have an opportunity here to learn something and move on, right? And if all else fails and you're just saying, I don't even know I don't know. Just focus on something that you can be grateful for. Focus on that. Just hold on to the shred. This is your energy we're talking about, and you can rebuild it at any moment, in any step in time. And you can have the heart and the softness and the love that you want. You can have the clarity in your mind. You can have the energy in your body. You set yourself all up for this. So start small, stay consistent, make it happen, and notice yourself every single day. Trust the process. And if you really want to nail it, and you really want to nail 2025, go to savingdinner.com/blueprint and check out what we have for you at a $50 discount. Because that is the thing that's going to move the needle and start you off as the best morning ritual ever. And I promise you, 2025 is 2 weeks away, y'all. Believe that? Anyway, I love you all, and I really, really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next week at Monday. That's right. Thank you, Jenny. On Monday, not Tuesday, because Tuesday is Christmas Eve, and I will be with my family. So if you want to see me and say hello, be there on Monday morning. Okay? Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.